With Season of the Deep, every class got a brand new exotic, and this one I want to go over the Warlock. Now, this thing might actually be one of the coolest, and I don't know if ugliest looking Warlock exotics I've ever seen. It looks absurd. But it is called the Cenotaph Mask and has the exotic perk High Priority. Steady reloads a portion of your equipped trace rifle's magazine from reserves, damaging a boss with a trace rifle matching your subclass, marks it as a priority target. If an ally delivers the final blow to a priority target, heavy ammo spawns for them. That is a whole bunch. But you can see the route they were going with this exotic. They really wanted to play into trace rifles like other classes like Hunter has Oathkeepers for bows, and where Titans have Peacekeepers for SMGs, they wanted to give Warlocks a little love in that category. So with that knowledge, this exotic's performance is going to be heavily based around if trace rifles are good in a given season. And right now they're good. A lot of people do use them if they are running double special, but obviously even with that, they're still not the best thing in the game. But let's just start off taking a look at the first part where you steadily reload a portion of your magazine from reserves over time. So essentially around every second, you'll get 8 shots put back in the magazine. If you're holding the trigger down shooting this, you can shoot for a long time. And if you're even tap firing the trace rifle with something like Divinity, more on Divinity later, you can get a lot of mileage out of this, and you pretty much will never have to reload the thing. All in all, this is a pretty nice buff if you are a trace rifle fan. Obviously, just not having to reload the gun and just continue to shoot is cool. Pairing this with something like Subsistence or even Aegir Scepter, you could really see some cool benefits out of that. Do I think it's the strongest thing in the game? Of course not, but it is pretty cool. Now let's go into the second part. So damaging a boss with a trace rifle, matching your subclass, marks it as a priority target. Now this description right now is currently bugged. It doesn't only apply to bosses, but it will also apply to things like champions, mini bosses, and vehicles. Essentially, think of it as Vorpal weapon. Now the priority target will make your enemies glow red and give you that little mark that you see on a bunch of other things in the game, so you can let your team know to focus on that target. And that is where I think this exotic comes into play very well as a support-based exotic. Yes, it does have the offensive ability to reload that magazine, but that also can be used defensively as well if you are paired in with things like Divinity. So the really cool combination here is that obviously you can use Divinity to debuff the enemy and apply that crit bubble, but it also will let your teammates know, hey, shoot this target if the bubble forming wasn't enough for them to go on a shoot in the first place. It really lets your team know that this target needs to die, say something like a champion, and also in the background will never let you have to reload the trace rifle, so you can keep that permanent bubble up 24/7. The negative effect of this is that every div person in a raid now is going to be a Warlock. Having that 100% uptime of a div bubble is obviously extremely strong. You can just negate the reload entirely, and also being able to mark targets so you know your teammates will shoot that target is really good. A really cool part of this though is that, remember when I said that it only applies to your matching subclass? Well, I don't know if it's currently bugged in the game, but it also applies to literally any subclass you're using. As you can see in the gameplay, I am running Divinity with a solar subclass, and I still mark the targets as priority. And it also even works with the final part of the exotic, where you will generate heavy ammo for your teammates if they do kill that priority target. So I think the way they want to balance this is if you are going to run Divinity, you will have to run an Arc subclass. But like I said, right now it's bugged. So take advantage of it. You can run well Radiance and still get this alongside being able to spawn heavy for your teammates. Now you might be asking yourself, well, how much heavy does this spawn? And with this, me and my friend Big Skirp did a bunch of testing, so I'm probably going to let these clips play, so sorry if the audio is a little bit wonky compared to normal. But starting off, let's just take a look at his base format and option. All right. I don't think it marks the shanks. It does mark the shanks. Can you see the target mark?
Yeah, like if they're red with a little head marker kind of on them.
Yeah. Kill it and see if it drops heavy.
It did. It dropped heavy for me.
How many did you get?
1 rocket.
Just 1? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this testing, we were using a rocket, and as you heard, he received 1 rocket after killing the priority target. Obviously, getting a rocket refunded is nice, because you can pretty much have infinite rockets. You can use 1 rocket to kill an enemy, then go pick up the heavy, and you got your rocket back. It's pretty good overall. All right, go.
Not just 1 rocket without any binders or anything.
But it did drop it. Here, I'll mark this.
Yep.
Guy.
Yep.
Here, I'll mark this one. Kill him.
It dropped it again.
1 rocket.
Yep.
Bro, what the?
That's insane. I thought you'd have to be on it for like a couple seconds, but you're literally micro tagging.
Yeah, no, that's so dumb. Okay, so as you can see from that clip, it doesn't really seem to have a cooldown with it as well. You can pretty much get your heavy to spawn, then go to the next target, make it a priority target, and then you're going to get more heavy to spawn. It does not seem to have a cap or a cooldown, and you could just spam it indefinitely.
How long does this stay more?
It's like 10 seconds, and I can constantly reproc it. And I can also just use div, and it keeps reprocking it.
Does finishing proc it?
I don't know, you can try it.
Test?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it did. I got 36 bullets.
Okay, so it's definitely more beneficial for rockets than it is machine guns.
Yeah,
Like the low, the low ammo
half a
heavies.
mag.
Yeah, that's still good though.
Yeah, it's still amazing.
All right, so in this clip, we want to test if finishers will work. So maybe you could equip something like Aeons and also generate heavy ammo for the person running the Cenotaph mask, and it does seem to actually work. But we also wanted to see how much heavy you got for other things. So we equipped the machine gun, and as you heard, he received 36 shots. So this is going to be way better if you are prioritizing heavy weapons that don't hold a lot of ammo, because you're going to be able to receive a full shot back, whereas something like a machine gun, you're only going to get a small amount, so you won't take advantage of it as much. I'm about to mark the chain.
Okay, just one brick, I think this time. Yeah. So I got two rockets when I have my mod on, I guess.
Okay, let's confirm it. Let's do it on this guy.
A little bit lower.
Okay, you get 2.
Yep, another 2.
That's crazy. What the? Okay, then in this final clip, we wanted to test if it does work with scavengers, and turns out it does. If you do have a scavenger equipped, as you heard, he did receive 2 rockets when picking up a ammo brick. So you're gonna be able to have pretty much infinite heavy ammo if you are just killing that div bubble target. Shout out to my homie Big Skirt for helping me test all that. But as you can see, I definitely think this is gonna be a extremely strong support based exotic. Pairing this with Divinity, you're pretty much gonna be able to always generate heavy, always have a debuff on an enemy, and always make sure your teammates are shooting the right thing. I definitely see potential in this exotic, and I think it will be a pretty good option for in game. And even if you have a teammate that might not be the best at the game, you can equip this, and if they have Divinity, they will be able to support your teammates so well about always generating them heavy and always making sure you have a debuff on them 24/7. Overall, the Cenotaph mask is definitely one of the most interesting looking exotics, and I also think it does have potential to be one of the best exotics in the game. Also, I have absolutely no idea if this does work in PvP. We're just going to assume that it doesn't, right? However, that is going to do it all for this video. Let me know if you all enjoyed this style of content. I've been trying to switch it up a little bit, but don't worry, we are going to be getting back to builds soon. I'm so excited to put together my Arc Warlock build for you all. I have been working on a ton, and it absolutely slaps with the current season. As always, though, if you all enjoyed and learned anything new, consider subscribing and dropping a like. However, just know watching the video is way more than enough, and that every single bit of support from you all is truly appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching this one, and have a great day. Peace.
Trying to charge up 6 grenades.
Bogo's benching.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You shot my grenade out of midair, bro.